Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to The Done Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out how others see you or what other people think of when they think of you. So this is going to be a fun reading just to figure out kind of what other people think. Is it on par with what you think about yourself, or is it completely missing the mark? We'll go ahead and find out right now. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths, and try to center your energy to choose between piles number 1, 2, and 3. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the timestamps and the pinned comment below for the timestamp that you can jump right into your reading. And the day I'm filming this is February 1st, and I hope sometime this month during February to do a live stream where I answer whoever decides to show up at the live stream's questions, and just to have some fun hanging out with you guys and just being a little more active and having a little more one-on-one communication than just trying to keep up with everyone in the comments. So I'm really nervous but excited for that live stream, and I really do hope you guys join. I think I will go ahead and upload a quick little video when I decide on the date. But if you've made it this far into the intro, which I know a lot of people like to skip the intro, but if you've made it this far, just let me know below what days of the week and what times work best for you guys, because if I can get a general sense of what days and times work, I can hopefully schedule this live stream where more of you guys can show up and we can really have some fun. So drop me a comment below letting me know what times and days work for your schedule, and without delaying this any further, I will go ahead and give you guys a moment to decide which pile or piles is calling out to you most. Alright, group number 1, let's figure out what other people think of you or how others see you. And again, this may not be how you see you, and it may be quite off the mark of how you see you, but either way, just take this with a grain of salt. If something resonates, that's great, and if not, just go ahead and leave it behind. And just a reminder for those of you who did skip the intro, I'm just asking that you leave a comment letting me know for the live stream coming up what days and times work best for you, so that hopefully you can make the live stream and get some of your questions answered live by me. And now let's go ahead and figure out how others see you or what others think of you. Okay, so the first thing that's really standing out to me is you guys have a lot of blues, purples, and greens going on, even some yellow. But for me, this just speaks to the fact that people see you as someone who is very connected to your inner self, your inner guidance system, your higher self, guides, angels, whatever. They just see you as someone who is very tapped into themselves and the universe. And with this card here, which was the card that we kind of had as our cover card where you could decide pile 1, 2, or 3, this is a waterfall, and on the back it says, "You wondering how would be as silly as me wondering why. I don't, and neither should you. I mean, let's not be that crazy, the universe." And the big key thing I'm getting from this card is that others see you as someone, you just know what you know, Like there's no explanation for why you know the things that you do, you just know them. And other people are, I feel like they're inspired by you just feeling so confident in yourself and what it is that you need to do and what it is you need to learn to grow. But then one of the key words that's really standing out to me is silly. So people might find you have a silly sense of humor, or you're just kind of have this almost silly or childlike wonder about you. And I don't mean that like in an immaturity sort of way. It's this kind of sense of innocence and being silly and just kind of really like innocent, funny jokes and stuff like that. So you might be someone who's kind of a joker and just fun to be around for other people. And this card here says Aurora at the top, and then it says, "You are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example." So I think you're one of those people that people are either really intimidated by you, because I feel like you guys have a big energy. Whether you're introverts or extroverts, you just exude this beautiful, powerful energy. And as I say that, my crown chakra just started to tingle. So you're very, very powerful, and other people can really be inspired by that, or again threatened by that. But you may have friends that you become really good friends with them, and then over time they kind of tell you, you know, when I first met you, I really didn't like you because you were just someone who just, you were kind of over the top with what you do, or you're just like, and they don't mean it in a mean way, but they're just saying like, you know, basically they're telling you that they once felt threatened by you because you are so powerful and you do know what you want. And as you became friends, they realized, no, I don't need to envy or hate this person. I need to be their friend. I love their energy. And so you may have been someone throughout the years who have turned enemies into friends. And then here you do have the friendship card. It says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And I feel like you are that friend. You're that friend that is meant to come into someone's life and shake everything up. So someone who's been really stagnant in their life, once they become friends with you, your inspirational and high frequency and energy really inspires them to level up in their own life. And once they do get to know you, that envy and jealousy of who you are fades away and just kind of turns into someone that they feel is an inspiration to them. And there will be those people, I think, in your life that never get past that intimidation, and so they'll always feel threatened by you, or they'll always feel intimidated, or they'll always, you know, hate you. They don't really hate you. They just hate how your fun and inspirational energy makes them feel inadequate. So don't ever take someone's hatred or shade thrown at you as a personal attack, because it's really more about them than it is about you. And I think you guys, even though you do have the friendship card, you guys are that person who is going to make the people who you consider enemies, or they consider you an enemy, you're going to really keep them on their toes and actually change their life for the better. Just for having known you, you're going to make their life better. Even if they don't see it that way, or you don't see it that way, that is the case. You are meant to be like a shaker-upper of energy, if that makes any sense. And then here we have the Joan of Arc card, which is that voice of truth. And it says, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So I think another big reason people are really attracted to what you have to offer and who you are is because you are this voice of truth. So maybe you were the black sheep in your family, or the black sheep of your friends group, or you just kind of were more of a loner growing up. People actually really respected that about you. And even if you did have trouble as a younger person speaking your truth, the older you get, the more you kind of come into your own and really fulfill this role of someone who's going to stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. And that includes other people who are just too shy to speak out, or children, or animals. You're just going to be this voice that is, you know, with your strong and beautiful and magnificent, glorious energy, you are going to be that voice of truth for people who can't stand up. And again, that will be kind of you as this leader. And even if you don't feel this is who you are, again, this is how other people view you. Just that energy you exude and put out. People feel like they can follow you, like you are that leader they can look to. And you are going to inspire other people to finally stand up and speak their truths as well. And then here you have the Prince card. So people see you as this kind of more royal figure. Whether you grew up with money or have a lot of nice things, that really doesn't matter, because what we're speaking about, again, is more about your energy. And just by kind of looking at these cards, you may like to dye your hair fun colors. Like she's got this really cool like silvery white hair, or you may be like a natural brunette I'm seeing. But you like to make a statement with your hair. I feel like you guys have beautiful hair, and I think a lot of you guys like to have it long. Whether you have it long right now or not, I think you guys feel really good about yourselves when your hair is long. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. These same messages apply. But you just feel very, you know, almost royal to people in your energy. And then here we have the Visionary card, and this is all about knowing what you want. You can set this vision in your mind, and you can, you know, once you think it, you create it, you achieve it, you make it happen. And people really, going back, I mean, I think the theme of your group here is just you're very inspirational. and you just inspire others to level up in their own lives. I just keep hearing level up, level up, level up. That's how you make people feel. You guys are showing people an example of what they can have, who they can be if they work and do all the things they need to do and put in the time and effort. But you are a visionary. You, it says here, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. And this to me just basically speaks to the fact that the way you think and the way you do things is not your mainstream way of doing things. It's not the norm. You guys have these really beautiful and crazy and fun, out of the box ideas or ways of going about things, or ways you live your life. Maybe you don't live your life, you know, with the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids and the husband and the whatever. Maybe you guys are living your life, you know, as like a nomad, like where you're traveling a lot, or you're living your life in a way where even on the surface it looks very different and exciting to other people. And then here we have the Hello from Heaven card. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of the worries and feel their loving blessings. So this just kind of tells me that other people feel that connection you have to the other side. It's like you guys, they think you're a medium. And I think a lot of you guys are mediums, whether you know it or not. You can look into ways to enhance that spiritual gift that you have. But other people see this in you, whether you see it in yourself or not. They look to you as someone who has this information from a higher realm that they can access when they're friends with you or when they know you. So you have this, you know, divine or higher guidance or sense of knowing that other people really want to get to know. And then here we have the Breaking Free card, and then that to me really does pair well with this Giving Birth card as well, but we'll still talk about this one in a second. But for breaking free, I feel like you guys didn't have the easiest life growing up, and you may have broken some toxic cycles in your ancestry or in your family lineage or in your life in some way. Maybe you grew up in a family of alcoholics, and you know, as your life mission, you're like, I'm never going to drink alcohol, and you're sticking to your guns on that, or something similar to that. Figure out whatever it is that resonates for you and take that as what I'm talking about here. But other people see you as breaking free from like your family lineage and the way they did things, or societal norms, kind of going back to that visionary card. You guys are just someone who just, you know, you take the mold and you just freaking break it. Like you're not about that fit the mold and live in the mundane life kind of lifestyle. You guys are all about blazing your own trail and breaking free. And then again with this Giving Birth card, it says, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. And that encompasses everything we talked about. You are here to change things up. You're the game changer, the shaker-upper. You're here to, you know, make a mess in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way. You're here to make a mess of what is, to create something new and different and better in this world. And people absolutely love that about you. And then here we have the Live Your Joy card. It says, thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. And I think people do maybe look at you as this person on this card. I mean, they're not dressed in your average daily attire, and they're just big smile, jumping up and down, just free. I mean, the freedom is the word I get from this card most. But people see you as someone who is just always fully supported from your spirit team, whether they can put that into words like that or not. They just feel like you have it all figured out, you're protected, you can kind of do no wrong in whatever it is that you do in life, and they just are really attracted to that about you. So yeah, I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but you'll have to let me know below if any of this resonated, and if you feel that you are this person, or if this is totally out of left field and you're really shocked about this. You'll have to let me know below what you thought. And again, don't forget to let me know what days of the week and times of day work best for you guys for that live stream, because I don't want you to miss it if it's something that you want to be able to participate in. So thanks again, you guys, for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. Alright, bye! And just a reminder for those of you who did skip the intro, I'm just asking that you leave a comment letting me know for the live stream coming up what days and times work best for you, so that hopefully you can make the live stream and get some of your questions answered live by me. Alright, group number 2, let's figure out how other people see you or what other people think of you. And again, just remember this is what other people think of you, so this may not be how you see yourself or how you think of yourself, so just take whatever resonates and leave the rest. So let's figure out what other people think of you. Okay, so the first thing that is really standing out to me is a lot like group number 1, you guys have a lot of blue and purple energy, but also you guys have a lot of yellow energy. So that's that solar plexus chakra. You guys really emanate this sense of just power, much like group number 1 was a very powerful energy group, but you guys just give this sense of kindness and beautiful energy of happiness and lovingness and success everywhere you go. And then here we have, this was the card that was kind of the cover of your pile, which is a beautiful cherry tree. It looks like cherry blossoms. And on the back, it says, the great thing about material things, those you have and those you don't, is that they never lie about what you've been thinking. What a relief, huh? Thoughts become things, the universe. So to a lot of people, you look like someone who is very abundant and very successful. And it's funny too, because you do have this success card. You guys are very successful. So if there's something you put your mind to, good golly, you're gonna do it. You're gonna accomplish that thing. And people are really excited when you're in their presence. You just lift them up. Your energy brings other people's vibration up just by being around you. And then here we have the Rochelle card, and it says, as you honor and follow your guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. And that really does pair well with this first card here about you following your heart, living your dream, knowing what you want and going after it, and just being very abundant in your life with great relationships and friends and just beautiful homes and energy and everything. And even if you, again, don't feel like you are that person, this is just how other people see you. And even if you live in your car down by the river or whatever, you make the most of whatever situation you have and whatever circumstances you're in. You always make the most of it with a smile on your face. Again, this is just how other people see you. So whether you feel like that on the inside or not is a totally different pick a card reading or a totally different topic. But people just see you as this person who is gonna, be in the now moment, and just whatever it is that's going on, you're gonna roll with it because you're not gonna let things get you down. And you're gonna be this person, even if you are knocked down 7 times, you're gonna get up 8 times. And that really does pair well with the success card. And it says here, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So you may have this relationship with a significant other or a friend or a parent or whatever that other people look at and they don't, I won't say they envy it, but they just want to be in that same type of relationship. Like they want that for themselves. They're like, wow, this person has got the best spouse or the best mother or the best whatever, and I just wish I had that in my life, and maybe one day I will. Like they're kind of, much like group number 1, they're kind of inspired by the way you are in your relationships and in your jobs even, because it is the success card. So just how you are in life in general. People are very inspired by who you are as a person. And then here we have the Divine Director, and I don't think I've ever gotten this card in any of my readings, so let's go ahead and read what it says here. It says, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And it's so funny because when I look at this card here, I just feel like happiness. Happiness is this thing that you guys just emanate without even knowing it. Even if you're having a really crappy day, you try to put on a happy face to help the people around you feel like they're having a good day, even if you're not. And people really do appreciate that about you. Because this is the intervention and purpose card, you may have been sent into your friends' lives, your family's lives, or whatever, to kind of intervene in what it is that's going on and create this sense of purpose within whatever dynamic is happening. So you guys, I mean, again, like group number 1, you're very inspiring to other people. And then here we have the Priest card. So this, to me, when I think of a priest, I think of someone who's very dedicated to their life or their spiritual path in some way. And it says here, facilitates spiritual commitments and serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So you guys look to other people as someone who is very committed to if it's a job, if it's a spiritual practice, if it's your family, whatever it is, you guys are very committed to X, Y, and Z. They look at you as someone who is in it to win it, and they're just, again, inspired by your energy and how you are and how you operate in the world. And then, of course, with this artist card, people see you as someone who can express themselves in an artistic and beautiful way. So whether that's you creating works of art on a canvas, or writing, or just the way you guys dress and look, you guys give this vibe of an artist and someone who's here to create a better world. And then here it says, as the light attribute, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And again, with the inspiration, it says right here, inspiring. You are inspiring in everything you do, even the little things that you make. Like maybe you make something with your hands, or whether it's a jewelry or painting or drawing or music, whatever it is, and then you post that like on social media, or you're selling these things at a craft fair, or you're performing your musical instrument in public, whatever it is that you're doing, people are inspired by that and they love to see what you're going to come out with next. So if you are on social media and I see someone like on Instagram posting pictures of the things they're crocheting or the things they're making, people just absolutely love and like almost stalk your profile waiting for the next thing that you're going to create. It's really funny, the energy I'm picking up. And it's not in like an envious sort of way, it's just like they actually get enjoyment just seeing what it is you're creating. So that's very, very cool. And then here we have the crystal clear intentions card. It says, Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. And I didn't even read this one until just now, but it says, you are protected, Archangel Michael. You have two Archangel Michaels here. So I'm just going to go out on a limb. I know this isn't really how other people see you, but you guys have very strong Archangel Michael vibes, or like he is one of your guides. So you'll have to let me know below if you already knew that, or if that's a surprise to you to have Archangel Michael working with you. But because Archangel Michael is that protector angel, you guys are protected. I mean, he has his sword. He doesn't have it upraised like he's gonna hurt anyone in either of these depictions. He has it pointed down, like he can fight if he has to, but because he is such a powerful, strong angel, he doesn't really need to ever use that sword for anything more than just show, as it is here. And you guys are much the same way. People just see you as someone who is gonna have their loved ones back. You're not gonna stand for anyone hurting someone you love, and that is something, it's like, I don't see it as so like people thinking you're violent or anything. Just your energy itself just screams, I'm gonna protect those I love, I'm gonna protect the things I've worked hard for. And that's actually really, again, going back to that inspiration word, it's very inspiring to other people how protective you are of the things and people in your life that you care about. And then here we have the kindness card. And this angel fairy girl here is holding this, I don't know if it's an injured bunny, but it's a bunny, and then there's this tiny little fairy standing here by it. So I almost feel like people see you as someone who is very kind to animals, children, people who can't really speak up for themselves. And some of you guys might even be vegetarians or vegans or some sort of animal rights activist, even if you're just online sharing truth about factory farming or the way that meat or dairy is procured. You're not just someone who's going to stand back and let that happen. You're going to speak out. Once you learn the truth of a situation, you're going to stand up for what's right. But you're not going to do it in a forceful way. You're going to be much like Archangel Michael. You're going to stand and kind of bear witness to what's going on. And just your power being put in that direction reads as more of an intelligent kindness than some sort of violent force coming in to just knock everyone out. So you guys have this air of kindness about you, that people see you as a kind person. And then here we have the being in the flow card. I am in the flow of the universe, and that really does pair well with this cherry tree card up here. You guys are someone who, and the crystal clear intentions, you're clear about what it is that you want, and you kind of put that message out into the universe, and then the things that you want or need come back to you. And again, if that doesn't resonate, you feel like the law of attraction doesn't work for you or any of that, again, this is just how other people see you as operating in the world because of the energy you're putting out. People see you as someone who can get what they want and not like it's just handed to you, because I feel like people do see you as someone who works hard for what you get and puts a lot of love and passion and effort into the things that you have in your life. So people, you know, again, back to that inspiration, you're very inspiring to other people, that they see you as someone, with this being in the flow card, you're someone who's very present with them. So if you're hanging out with this person that's, you know, one of these people that the energy we're picking up on, if you're hanging out with them, they feel like, you know, they're not competing with your phone, you know, you watching your phone or looking at your phone. You're very present when they are talking to you, and you're very, you know, you give them your eye contact and your full undivided attention, and they absolutely love that about you, because that's actually becoming a pretty rare trait in today's society, where we have someone's full undivided attention. But you guys are those people that hold that space for others, and you are very present in the now moment when you are with these other people whose energy we're picking up on here today. So yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for you guys. You'll have to let me know below if any of this resonated or if it was completely out of left field. Either way, you'll have to let me know below what you thought. And just a reminder for those of you who maybe skipped the intro, I just am asking that you let me know below also what days and times of the day work best for you guys for me to do the live stream. I'd like to make it live when the most amount of people can show up so I can answer a lot of different people's questions. So you'll have to let me know that below. And as always, you guys, thanks again for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. And just a reminder for those of you who did skip the intro, I'm just asking that you leave a comment letting me know for the live stream coming up what days and times work best for you, so that hopefully you can make the live stream and get some of your questions answered live by me. All right, group number 3, let's see how other people think of you or how others see you. So the first thing standing out to me, just like the other 2 groups, is the color situation we have going on. I see a lot of oranges and yellows coming from you guys, and there is some blue. I mean, you guys kind of run the whole gamut of the rainbow here, but really what's really standing out to me most is that orange, that really that sacral chakra, that creative chakra, and that solar plexus chakra, kind of with this. I mean, it's not that bright yellow, but it is yellow here and there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first card we have here is this kind of looking out over the valley, and on the back we have, while it's often thought that happiness may spring from having some serious bucks, it actually works best the other way around. Your celestial financial planner, the universe. So this is basically saying that happiness doesn't come from having money. Money often comes from having happiness. So you guys, whether you have money or not, people feel like you are very abundant and financially secure because you give off this sense of happiness in your life and you make other people happy. And I think we kind of had that vibe with group number 2 as well, where you're just this beautiful sunshine in people's lives. And I didn't actually say sunshine in that group, but I'm really feeling it for this group. You guys are like the light. I do feel like you guys are more on the serious side until you really get to know somebody. But either way, we'll really get into this as we go through. So let's go ahead and kind of start up here and work our way through. So first card, we have the Akasha card, and it says, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine mission. So you, and it's funny because this word has come up with every pile so far. You're inspirational, but I feel like you guys are inspirational in a more spiritual sense than the other 2 groups. You guys have this knowing about the universe, about your higher selves, about the way the world actually works, not the way that the mainstream media tells us it works, or history or science or any of that tells us it works. It's like you guys have this knowing that we are these spiritual beings, that the way that our world and the universe operates is much grander and much more beautiful than we've been told. And that same sentiment goes for how you act in this world, because you realize you are a spiritual being. You're not some powerless human that has to suffer and do all these things. You have realized, and I think a lot of you guys have realized from a very early age, that maybe the things you were taught in religion or history or in school or on TV, just there was more to the story, or maybe that they were lies, complete lies all the way around. But you guys have had this sense of knowing from a very early age, at least how other people have taken your energy. You've known from a very early age that there's way more to this universe than we've been taught. There's way more to humanity than we've been taught. And you guys are, with this self-esteem card, it says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. People see you as knowing your soul. And the self-esteem, I think, does pour into other areas of your life, whether it's your personal life or your career or whatever. You feel to other people like you are very confident about who you are and what you're doing in this world. Whether you feel that way about yourself or you feel like you're dirt, it doesn't matter. This is how other people are seeing you and perceiving your energy. So you look like someone who just has it all figured out. I'll put it in the context of, you guys have it figured out as far as with all the information you know, you have that much figured out, but you're still open-minded to receiving more information, and you're even open-minded enough to go ahead and change your mind when other evidence or information is present to you guys. So you guys, you don't look wishy-washy to other people. I'm not trying to say it that way, but you look like someone who takes all the information you get and you use it to make a logical assessment of what's going on. But then if you get more information and that changes, you're not afraid to say, oh, maybe I was wrong before, maybe I believe this instead. So you don't look wishy-washy. You just look like someone who's very humble and sure of themselves in such a way that you're not afraid to let other people know when maybe you messed up or made a mistake. And people really find that cool about you, that you can confess when you think you've made a mistake, or, oh, maybe I was wrong in some way. And then here we have the Master Jesus card about forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. And it's funny too, because you do have the Father card as well, which we'll get into in a second. But people almost look at you, and this is funny, almost like this Christ-like being. Whether you're religious or not, it has nothing to do with it. Just people look at you as this leader or this Jesus-type figure. And just remember, I personally believe Jesus did walk this earth, but I don't think the way we've been told Jesus was as a person on this earth was completely accurate. I think a lot of the information about what he did or didn't do was hidden from us. But this is just a card embodying not just Christ himself, but that Christ consciousness, that 5D consciousness everybody's raving about. You guys have it. You guys are someone people look up to as already kind of arriving in that 5D or Christ-like consciousness, and people really look up to you because of that. And then here we have the Father card. So talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So you guys are this leader, and if it's not that you're physically leading people, it might just be in a spiritual sense, because you do have a lot of spiritual cards here. And you guys, people feel like you have yourselves figured out, or you have life figured out. Again, most of us probably feel just as in the dark and lost as the next guy, but people feel like you guys have it figured out. Whether you do or not is a whole other tangent, but people feel like you have it figured out. And because there is the word creating and creative and supporting life, you guys may be parents, whether that's a father or a mother. You guys may be parents or strive to be parents or have children or pets that you're taking care of eventually. But then we also have the Hedonist card, which is pretty cool because it says here, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life. Celebrate the beauty in yourself. And that goes back, creative energy. You guys are creative beings. So whether you're artists, musicians, writers, it doesn't matter. People see you as someone who's very creative. Even if it's just within your words, like you're very witty with your comebacks or something like that. People see you as someone who can really give it to someone else as far as like someone says something that kind of makes you mad, and instead of getting mad and trying to get even about it, you just say some offhanded comment that wasn't rude, but was like, oh snap, like people are like, wow, how did she come up, or how did he come up with that so fast? Just hilarious stuff. So I'm getting that between these two cards here, but it says here again, remember, celebrate the beauty in yourself. So people feel like you have that sense of self-esteem, like you have yourself figured out, and you're not afraid to show your flaws and even enhance them at times, because that almost makes them things that aren't flaws in you. They just make you unique and beautiful and yourself, and people really strive to be that way because you are emanating who you are from the inside out. People, I don't think they envy you, but they just really look up to you because of that. And you inspire others. It's funny because all three groups have been very inspirational types of people. So whether you chose one pile, two piles, or all three piles, whoever's watching this, you guys are very inspirational people. And you guys, I feel like you do celebrate the little things in life. So people look at you with this sense of happiness. Even if you are going through a lot of heavy and dark stuff, you guys, you carry the weight with you, but you still exude this positive or happy persona to other people. And then here we have the chakra clearing card. Call upon me to clear and open the chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So again, that just really ties into the spirituality or the spiritual person that people see when they look at you or think of you. They feel like you have it all together, like I keep saying, but they look at you as someone who can teach them about spirituality and about their own energy and all of that. And then here we have awakening your true self. And again, that just goes really well with the hedonist and the self-esteem and Master Jesus and Akasha. This all ties together so beautifully. I just can't believe it sometimes when I deal these cards and then flip them over and see them for the first time, just as you guys are. I'm never ceased to be amazed by how well they all go together. But you guys are someone who people feel like has awakened their true inner self, and you're not afraid to be unique and stand out and be different in some way. You're not, I think it was group number 1. They were not afraid to kind of dye their hair funky colors and wear it differently than other people, wear different clothing. And I think much like that group, you guys are kind of the same, where you maybe like to wear funky patterns, and there's a lot of robes or kind of toga-like clothing going on. So maybe if you are a woman, maybe you like to wear dresses a lot of the time, and not just dresses, but dresses with funky and funky patterns or really bright and vibrant colors, and then maybe even some of these lighter colors as well. But if you're not a woman, maybe you're a man that likes to wear robes a lot, even if it's just at home. Like maybe you like to wear robes or long something covering you. But then also with some of these cards, I do pick up some red hair here and some red hair here. So maybe you have red hair or like to dye your hair red or some other fun color. But then I think some of you may have, with this black hair here, maybe you have curly hair or dark thick hair. And then here we have the Mending Bridges card, and it says, I heal rifts, I am a mender. So you guys may be Libra, moon, rising, or sun signs, or people look up to you as someone who they can go to as kind of a mediator or a judge, someone who can get the best outcome for all parties involved. So maybe people come to you a lot of times with problems because they just seek out your advice. You're someone who gives very good advice, or you're like a counselor to people. Whether you have a degree in counseling or not, you are someone people can go to when they have a problem. They can count on you, and they know that you won't blab their situation on social media or gossip about them. You keep whatever people say to you close to your chest. You don't project it out to other people that don't need to know that information, and people really thank you and are very appreciative of you for being that way. And then here we have the Speak Your Truth card with Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. So you are someone, and I think it was group number 1 that had the Joan of Arc card. Which, yeah, okay, let me get that here. So they had the Voice of Truth, and then we have Speak Your Truth. So these two go very well together. So maybe you select a group number 1 and group number 3, Or if you didn't, maybe you want to go watch group number 3 because there may be some more information for you guys in that reading as well. But anyway, we have Speak Your Truth, Archangel Gabriel. So maybe you are someone who works with either Jesus as a spirit guide or Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. Either way, you guys are someone who is going to speak your truth. Even if it takes you a while to work up the courage to speak up your truth. I think some of you guys are more introverted and you don't really like to be too out there with some of the things you do. Maybe not just the way you look, but like you don't want to be loud and all over the place. But whatever truth it is you have to share, you are all about speaking that. And I feel like it's more on a one-on-one or a small group basis rather than you saying it to a large group of people or something like that. But people really look up to you for speaking your truth. When you know something's wrong or something about a situation is off, you're not going to just let it sweep under the rug. You're going to speak out about it. And I don't think it's in a shout it from the rooftops type of way, but I still feel this sense of strength and power behind the words you say. So for some of you, that may even be that you guys are writers, or even just the things that you write on your social media are getting other people inspired to speak their truth. So maybe you're speaking out on social media about, I just saw someone speaking out about the dangers of vaccines, or someone speaking out about the way, like I keep getting like medical stuff, like you're speaking out against the medical field or in some way, or you were part of the medical field and you kind of had your eyes opened about how that's maybe some of the ways we're treating different diseases isn't the best way with the patient's health in the best interest. I don't know, that might just be for one particular person, but I'm picking that up very strong for some reason for maybe one or two of you is all. So if that part didn't resonate, just completely disregard that. I think that's just for one, maybe two people. But whoever that message was for, keep speaking your truth, because it is helping other people open their eyes to whatever situation you're kind of whistleblowing on. I kind of do get a whistleblower kind of vibe from this. I know Joan of Arc was kind of more the martyr and whistleblower of her time, but I'm really picking it up strong for you guys as well. So yeah, I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but you'll have to let me know below if this feels how you think you are, or if all this information completely came out of left field and you're like, I'm not like that at all. But maybe it's just how other people are seeing you. So you'll have to let me know below what you thought about that. And also remember to let me know below what day of the week and what time of the day works best for you guys for me to do my live stream, because I'm going to go ahead and look at all the comments and try to figure out the best time to have this live stream based on when you guys can be available for it, so that I can hopefully accommodate the highest amount of you that I can, because I'd love to get to know you guys a little better and hopefully answer some of your questions. If you guys have any questions, we're just going to do some fun live readings with a bunch of different decks and see what happens. As always, you guys, thanks again for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. Alright, thank you. Bye.